Because this Mario thing's definitely starting off something, because I know they confirmed
there's Nintendo Pictures now.
Yeah.
Which will be making shit, like so much shit.
Do you think they will make TV shows as well? Or do you think they'll stick to movies?
They're making a Pokemon TV show, I think. I don't know to what extent.
See, but Pokemon's weird though, because I don't know if Nintendo decides that.
It's like a whole different.
It's like, I think that's thing. The Pokemon company.
But it's a thing that could tie into a potential Smash Brothers.
Yeah, because I don't think Nintendo doesn't own Pokemon.
Yeah,
but they're like
it's a second party IP.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's like complicated because I think a lot of people, because it's like exclusively with Nintendo, would think
but it's a different company, but it's second party.
Yeah.
I think, but Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, okay, genuinely, if there was a Smash Bros. Movie, how would that even work? Like, you can't. I don't think you can make a Smash Bros. Movie.
I don't think Nintendo will do like a cinematic universe.
More so
like
than just
like a Marvel thing. But what they'll do is they'll make a bunch of films and then they'll be like, alright, here you go, we'll just throw them in. Because to be fair, with like the Smash Brothers thing, the explanation as to why they're all kind of there is like paper thin.
There isn't one.
Yeah, it's just like maybe they're just fighting each other now. Like, but I guess what they could do is like a Smash Brothers movie.
Doctor Strange just opens the portal.
Yeah, it's just like they'll just plop them down. Like I do feel like they definitely want to do like a cinematic universe, but I don't think it's going to be like Marvel.
I do think it's the only thing that could compete with Marvel.
It's the only video game.
If we assume DC have fucking shot themselves in the butt, then I think Nintendo
Which they haven't, because Black Adam.
True, Black Adam. It's going to change the hierarchy of power.
Of course.
But no, I think, okay, my most wanted thing to see out of Nintendo, well, there's a couple things. My biggest wants would be a horror Metroid film, which would never happen, but I wish it would. A Lord of the Rings style Zelda trilogy, just because I think that is a setting that could do it.
Yeah.
And, have you ever seen the movie Redline?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. That, but with F-Zero.
See, or like a speed racer.
Yeah.
Like F-Zero.
Just something about going fucking fast as hell.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, I would break down if F-Zero got a film before it got a new game. Though, to be fair, if a film led to a new game.
Well, this is what I'm curious on, because there's obviously tons of video game movies coming out now. Like movie and shows.
Oh, and there'll totally be a Fire Emblem movie.
Yeah, like 100% Fire Emblem.
I fucking love Fire Emblem.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
There technically is one.
Yes, there is.
There is technically there is a movie. It's like an anime.
It's an Animal Crossing movie.
Like, which is like I imagine like I don't know how many people have seen it. Because it was like Alien.
No,
it was Alien Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's pretty underground.
Thing. Yeah, it was like I believe it was only some people have seen it.
Only the real Animal Crossers.
Yeah, the only Animal Crossers. But I think it is like a cinematic universe. They are really the only ones who can actually do it, because there's tons of video game movies coming out, but like PlayStation obviously have it. PlayStation also has like a PlayStation studio.
Well,
but they obviously can't.
Really gives a fuck about. Well, that's the thing. I think what Nintendo
they can't put Last of Us and Uncharted together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like.
I think what Nintendo has over everyone else is, I'd say, two things. One, iconography. They have the most memorable characters. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't played a Star Fox game, but I know the characters.
A Star Fox like space opera
would be sick as fuck.
Would be cool.
But you know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen I haven't played Star Fox, but I know those characters.
Yeah. I think,
can't say the same about Uncharted or Last of Us or anything like that.
I think that's because that's the thing is like but I think as well with Nintendo they actually do have. They don't seem like it sometimes, but they have mountains of IP.
Oh yeah.
Both big and small. Not even necessarily just like the usual
Splatoon
suspects.
movie.
Genuinely, I honestly genuinely do think
it's just a fucking war film.
Yeah, it's like Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
but they could do like Eternal Darkness.
Yeah,
the GameCube horror game. Like they could fully they could even do that.
They could do their own special presentations.
Yeah.
No, but
they could totally do like an Eternal Darkness movie that is like meta. Where maybe it's like that game, it's a meta game where it's like it like fucks with you, where the game will delete your save, or like it'll deliberately like glitch and stuff, and it's like they could do something with like it being a movie.
Yeah.
Where like maybe it's like you're watching this horror thing, but then maybe they find ways to fuck with you or something.
The movie like screen turns off.
Yeah.
The lights in the cinema come up, like shit like that. Would be
cool. Or even just or maybe like you're like you're watching a movie because like there's tons, and that's the thing is like it's Nintendo has a good opportunity here to really go not just necessarily just doing movies based on Kirby, Mario, Zelda, whatever like, but they could also do like. It's a good way to bring back these obscure, like more obscure titles because like Nintendo does have a lot of interesting little games.
Yes.
That like they've never done anything like Eternal Darkness since.
No.
Really. They published a Fatal Frame game, but that was just out of like desperation for the Wii U.
Yeah.
The Wii U was like dying, and they were like, "Shit, we need to do something."
I do think the other thing Nintendo has over everyone else is its characters and settings are goofy enough. And simple enough to where a multiverse film is actually plausible based off you can literally just go like that it wouldn't feel it would feel a bit cheap, but it wouldn't feel that cheap if the Smash Bros film came about because they were just like and portals randomly open.
Well, yeah, because it's like
imagine if they were like trying to do a PlayStation All Stars movie, and they were like Ellie and Joel. A portal opens.
Yeah, exactly. That's because PlayStation's whole thing is like, no, granted, I could see a mini thing with PlayStation where they could do like something with like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter,
which got its own movie.
Which it was shit.
But like, the Ratchet and Clank movie basically just cutscenes from the game.
It's the other way around.
Or is the game?
The game is like a reimagining of the first game.
Yeah.
But a lot of the cutscenes are from the movie.
Nice.
So they both came out at the same time. I think it's like so technically it's tie-in for the movie. But no one watched the movie.
Yes.
Because it was bad.
Yeah.
But like they could do like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Like they could bring all of those things in. In fact, that's one of the things that like this PlayStation like studios like it's so strange when you look at like what they've been like. I think they announced that they're in the works on like a Gravity Rush game with a movie, which that was like a PlayStation Vita game from like 2012 that like no one played.
I do think there is. I think
like it's bizarre. Like, but I do think like I do think deep down there is like because like video game movies now are becoming like a thing again.
Yes.
Where like they
I think we're going to be in. I don't think we're there yet. But I think we will be in a video game movie renaissance.
They're going to be the next
where they actually also at the same time, maybe not, obviously not, I mean when I say good, I'm using that word loosely, when they start getting good.
Because I think now what you're seeing, because like with like The Last of Us show.
I think video game movies will be the next
They're definitely,
If we assume superhero movies are the most recent craze,
they'll be the
I think video game movies is the next
I think it's slowly getting there, you just need a couple of like big ones to hit.
Sonic, Mario.
Sonic, you've got the Mario, but not just movies, like shows. I mean, like the Last of Us show, the trailer for that came out. The trailer for that, I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I think it looks absolutely incredible. Like it looks exactly like the game, but also looks different enough.
Show.
But it looks different enough where I do think with it just being Pedro Pascal as Joel, I do think even that alone brings a lot to it. It looks really well shot as well. It's some and it's like a plus. Neil Druckmann is involved with the project. I believe he even directed a couple of episodes as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think that was always the main flaw with these like video game movies was they were always written by people who fucking never touched the games in their lives.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
and it's like when they're not involved, that's when it can tell. Like, but now there's tons of fucking video game movies. Like I think on shows like I think Alan Wake is getting a show on AMC.
Sure.
Which is like, but apparently Remedy isn't. The developers are involved with it.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's good. Like that's how it should be. They should be involved with these things. They shouldn't, have them like hidden away. Like they, and it's like, and that's and I'm hoping like with this Mario movie, I think it will be good, or at least passable.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo won't let it be anything less.
Yeah.
I don't think if this was a piece of shit, there is no way Nintendo would let them release it.
No, absolutely.
Because I don't really like Nintendo very much. I do think the
interesting business practices.
Yes. But one thing you could say about them is they would never usually they will not release like something unfinished or like a complete utter piece of shit.
Unless it's a Mario tennis game.
Exactly. Like it's what I'm.
Yeah,
but that's like
their first feature movie.
More common than not.
Yeah.
When they release a game, there's a reason why most Nintendo games, when they come out, get like universally positive reviews.
Yeah.
Like
No,
because they do have the same
really
quality.
good quality control.
Yeah, like they're not perfect.
Yeah.
They will release shit.
Yeah.
And I do think they get way too much, like, people defend them way too much.
No, absolutely.
But it's like, but it's one of them where, like, so I do think, yeah, like, for the films, I trust that they're going to be good.
Yeah.
And, like,
No, I'm rooting for Mario.
Yeah, like,
I'm
because I'm really excited to see, like, like, these video game movies become a thing. Because I do think some can work. Like, apparently, there's another Silent Hill movie in the works.
That would be cool.
Which just appeared out of nowhere. Like, apparently there's another one that's meant to be filming next year.
I am looking forward to in 10 years' time when we have 20 superhero movies a year.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
And 20 video game movies.
How? Did I say superhero? I meant
You said
video.
superhero. Like we'll get like okay. What do you think will be the most likely like video game besides like Mario?
Yeah.
So I don't know him. What do you think will be the next likely like video game thing to be like a huge hit?
A huge hit.
Like video game movie. Because the Uncharted film did really well.
Yeah.
That did. I mean, it wasn't like a grand hit, but it did like decent numbers.
Yeah, the Uncharted one I remember a lot of people going to see. This is generally how I gauge these kind of things. Is based off did the general populace go and see it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like did
no, well, yeah. It's
did
funny,
my
I mean, like,
fucking there's someone I like have on Snapchat who doesn't know what a video game is. did they go and see it? I'd say probably. I think the biggest tell will be if a Mario spin-off is made that does well.
I reckon Donkey Kong will get a spin-off.
Yeah, I think there'll be a Donkey Kong thing.
There'll 100% be a Donkey Kong maybe.
If there's a Luigi's Mansion, if that does well, I think that'll be a big sign.
Yeah. Like I do think Mario will be big, but like, what do you think will be like besides like Nintendo, the next big one? Like
aside from Nintendo.
Besides like the Mario movie and all that, like what do you think will be like the one that's like?
Well, I think Zelda, but aside from Nintendo, I think.
Because I do think they're gonna be big by default because of the IP, like recognition.
Ooh, what other companies do you reckon will join the fray?
Well, Xbox seems to not really be doing anything,
Well,
which
there's the
surprises
Halo TV
me,
show, wasn't
which
there?
is shit apparently.
Yeah.
Gears of War seems to be like in limbo. They want to make that into a movie. I know Dave Bautista really wants to do it.
No, that makes sense.
Like he's been once because he's like perfect casting for the lead. Like he looks just like them.
I could see. Well, it depends what. If you assume they're going to go down the route of another animated kids movie, then something like Jack and Daxter or Jack and you know what I mean?
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper. That's been meant to be made for.
It was meant to be a show.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a show, and then I believe, from what I remember, apparently it's like done. But
Yeah.
they just haven't released it.
So Sly Cooper.
They just locked it in a vault.
Banjo Kazooie.
See that's the thing is, Xbox also have a lot of IP that they're sitting on, and they haven't really done too much other than Halo.
If that becomes the next bloody cinema war between Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, that'd be quite funny.
I mean, the PlayStation one so far seems like a fucking mess.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what.
PlayStation and DC.
Literally, yeah. Gonna do it like because you got the Last of Us show. There's a Twisted Metal show.
Yeah.
There's a Gran Turismo movie coming out.
Yeah.
There's a Gravity Rush. I imagine an Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else do they want to do. Ghost of Tsushima, which granted that one actually sounds cool.
That would be cool.
Because that one they want that to be in Japanese.
That would be really cool.
And apparently it's like they want it to be, which that sounds sick. There's no way it's gonna be like a full. There's no way Sony are gonna release a blockbuster movie that's entirely in Japanese in American cinemas.
No chance.
No chance. But but even just the idea that that's what they want to do is like
cool.
okay, but they want to do that, but it's like it's all over the place.
Movie.
There's a Tetris movie.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, the Tetris movie. Yeah.
You see, Pac-Man probably, a Pac-Man movie wouldn't do well.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't do well, but I do think like But
Pixels was the last little breath of Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pixels. There's a Yakuza movie apparently. See, because Sega's another one. Sega wants to make more. I think probably.
We are literally going to just enter a cinema war, to just the video game public war.
They're all just making movies now.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, but
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it, but I will say I do prefer video games to have shows than movies, unless they have very simple plots. Like Silent Hill. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, perfect for movies. Because the plot for them are
Could
very
you imagine
simple.
like a Metal Gear movie?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Metal Gear is way too convoluted.
Well, speaking of convoluted, so Kingdom Hearts, I think we'll get a movie show eventually. But there was a show being made years ago, and it got cancelled. I think a pilot was made, never released. It was cancelled. The pilot apparently is gonna get secretly released, like released out onto the internet.
When?
At some point. And I am very interested to see this.
I mean, I remember watching. It's on YouTube. There's like test footage of a Zelda movie.
Yeah.
From like 2006, and it actually like looks really good.
I really want a Zelda movie.
Like I figure like it was like back when like it got pitched because like it was like and to be fair, like it looked decent. It didn't look bad at all. Like it looked like it was a really interesting sort of thing to look at because it was like but it obviously I think just Nintendo were like no like.
That makes sense.
Totally, which makes sense because
I think Nintendo will be very, very protective over their first feature. I think once Mario movie comes out, I think the floodgates will open.
They will open, and I think and it's possible that they might even go beyond Universal.
Yeah.
And it might start bringing in other people. I mean, maybe like Studio Ghibli could do like
a Studio Ghibli Zelda movie would be a dream come true.
Yeah, or even just a Nintendo movie in general. Even like Pikmin.
Studio Ghibli do that. No, Studio Ghibli Pikmin would be brilliant.
A Pikmin thing would be good because I think that should be like an animation live action hybrid.
Yes.
Because it's kind of because like the graphic, like the art style of that, it's like very realistic, even though you've got these like characters.
Oh, guys.
So I think it would make sense.
Pikmin 4.
Did they?
Yeah, it's a high moment for humanity.